Okay, so I started this in June with the inks that I did have. And some of them, I'll be honest, they were kind of lame. But here we go. So this was the Parker blue black ink that comes in the cartridge. So this was my very first fountain pen ever. And it comes with this blue black cartridge. My goal is to convert this into something else, either with a cartridge filler or an eyedropper or something, or refill the cartridge. But I actually had to Nimmeister this a little bit to even make it work, but that's for another video. So this is the Parker blue black ink, and I couldn't really do a chromatography on it because it's in a cartridge. So then we get into the bottled inks. And so the first bottle of ink that I purchased was Noodler's Turquoise. And you can see what a lovely chromatography it does. It shades. It gets really this beautiful deep dark purple, or this deep dark turquoise. Really good. So what I do is I basically put a drop on a coffee filter and then spritz it with water and then see what happens. And it's kind of fun to watch. There's the Lamy Bronze that came with my Lamy Bronze All-Star, and I'm not sure why there's no chromatography there, but I certainly did one. Here is the Diamond Shimmer Purple. You can really see the sparkles there that are really coming through, which is pretty neat. I realized that I was actually using an eyedropper at this point to drop the ink onto the coffee filter, and that was probably too much. So then I started to just flick, from a dip pen. And here we have TWZ Sheen Machine. And you can really see, this is what I find fascinating, all the different color gradations in the ink as the water draws it through. Pretty neat. I don't see the sheen though, so there's my note. I don't see the sheen, but that could be because of the paper. The coffee filter is pretty porous. I don't even see it on here. Maybe if someone else did that. But and then this is my favorite. I actually got a whole bottle of this. So the first are the inks that I have in bottles, and then the other inks are samples that I get from Ink Flight, or from Ink Journal. The Ink Flight from Ink Journal. So this is the Irizuku Asagao. And this, look at this blue. It's got like a halo of purple on it. That I really, really like. And then this one was really interesting too. This was the TWZ Gray Plum. So this is where I'm getting into the ink flights. And so there's the Gray Plum. And look at that, the blue purple. Isn't that interesting? The way that came. And I think this was the one where I decided I'm just going to put the whole coffee filter. I was cutting them and pasting them. But here, and then this cappuccino, as you can see, just look at that. Look how the dark and the light colors just separated on there. So I just decided to put the whole coffee filter in there just to kind of keep track. But I love how that one comes out on paper. I never thought I would be a fan of brown, but there we go. And this one is probably my favorite. In fact, it just spilled, and that's what's on my fingers. Because I was doing some time-lapse chromatography, which I hope to come through, put up later. But this is also one that kind of spread all over the place, but I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it kind of goes from this really deep orange to having a yellow halo around it. Really neat. And that's the KWZ Grapefruit. If I can get this folded the right way. I can know. But, then we have El Dorado, the KWZ El Dorado. This one is kind of not as interesting. Because it did layer very nicely. But it looked like it was mostly just gold. Which is what El Dorado means. I guess I should have figured that out. This is the Sheen Machine. And I think I used a really big drop on this one. You can see there's some El Dorado still there. But you can see the depth of how it layers and how it works with water. That I thought was really cool too. It almost reminds me of the Noodler's turquoise, but again, I'm not getting that sheen on there, and I think it might just be due to the paper. So then we have, this one was really neat. This was the Iron Gall, and I've never, the KWZ Iron Gall. I think I put TWZ in there. Letters are hard. And so you can see the color gradations. I didn't see it change color. I thought Iron Gall inks were supposed to change color from green to black. This one's still pretty green. And it's been in there for now a month now. Oh, there's the Lamy Bronze. I did this one twice. Oh well. So maybe I did 29 inks. I still don't have 30 inks, but there you can see the orange and yellow, the yellow aura that it kind of has around it. I thought that was neat. Number 13 was Robert Oster Sushi. So I had to then wait for the July ink flight because I didn't have enough inks. So here we have Sushi, and this is really my first pink ink. It's a nice light pink ink. I like it a lot. I said it's almost salmon. Probably why it's called sushi. Sometimes my notes. Here is Robert Oster's Tokyo Blue. And this one is, you can kind of see it goes from turquoise to the deeper blues there. Really neat. The Tokyo Denim Blue. I can see why it's called denim. It's sort of a really dark blue. And we have, this is the Robert Oster Go-Go. It's mostly just a nice purple. Kind of a cool ink spot. Maybe a Rorschach print there. Maybe at my next video I'll do interpretations of the inks, the ink chromatography splotches that I get. So this was Summer Storm, Robert Oster Summer Storm, and I didn't really like it on here, because it just is kind of this gray. Yeah, and maybe it's because I was using, it's a glass dip pen that I use with this kind of a fine nib. But then look at this chromatography, all these blues came out, which I thought, that's really pretty. So we'll put that in there. Then let's see here. This is the Chartreuse, Robert Oster's Chartreuse, and there you can kind of see the original splotch there with the darker green and then all the yellows coming out. Chartreuse, I think the definition of that is like a greeny yellow. I'm not too fond of this color. Not a fun color. Not fond. And then we have Aussie Gold. I'm not a fan of yellow inks in general, but I like this one better than I like the Chartreuse. I think it has some depth there to the yellow, which is neat. And that's it. So there you go. That was my 19 inks, probably 18 inks because I put one in there twice in 30 days. So, hope you enjoyed that. I plan on putting a couple more in here, so finishing out the 30 inks in 30 days, but I will have to wait until the very next, my next ink flight comes, and then I will leave you with my favorite, Noodler's Navajo Turquoise.